Oh, happy Sunday, people. I just came from church, got to perform. Usually perform every other Sunday or so on drums in my worship team. And I pulled it off, and I was feeling pretty good about that until something was told to me, and it's weighing heavy on me now, and I just wanted to get it off my shoulders with you guys. I know some of my subscribers probably wonder, why don't I talk more about the spiritual? Why don't I talk more about anything? I just post mostly karaoke and silly ideas, comical stuff, and I really didn't know what to base my channel on. Really, it started with about my suicide survival and my near-death experiences and stuff. But how long can you talk about the same thing and have anything new and fresh to add to it? So, but I got something new and fresh to add to it now, and so something spiritual took place. I wonder if it's something in the demonic. And anybody who, after I tell you this, might know better than me, feel free to comment, because it's very troubling. I met a friend at church, younger guy, probably 20-something years younger than me, but it reminded me a lot of my earlier self, basically my same physique and everything. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy, Chris, and metal dude, so, but he was struggling. I could tell he was struggling almost the same way I would struggle back then, with depression, with suicide. And, but I didn't pick up the signs soon enough. I could tell he was troubled individual mentally, but very good-looking young guy, fit, physique, served in the military. And I know he was having troubles with his sister being suicidal up north in Georgia, I think. And so anyway, I met him at church. Then later he come to get tattooed by me, which is just downhill from church. And I said, well, you could choose from this selection that I have on the internet, on the Facebook page. I offer all these gothic, horror, dark fantasy designs that I still like to do for some odd reason. Even as a Christian, God hasn't removed my desire to create, to view dark imagery. It's one of those demons I'm still working out of me. But I would just never lift the marker or the paintbrush again if I had to draw, beautiful things of heaven. I'm striving for heaven in my own personal life, but there's such darkness in all my inspiration. I'm just not inspired by anything unless it's bats, skulls, monsters, zombies, all that. And so he accepted one of the designs. He chose one of the designs. And so I do it, and we had a good time, probably tattooed him for about 2 hours or less. And, jamming out, my kind of music. Beauty of my industry is like I could introduce people to music while I'm tattooing them because they're a captive audience, But I'm always considerate of what I play for people. If it looks like somebody's into rap, I'm not going to play rap because I can't stand it, but I'll play something with it, some of the music I listen to that is more beat orientated, like, goth, industrial, that sort of thing. And I always read my audience real quick and go from there, find something that suits them from my taste. I'm not going to blast metal to somebody who's disturbed by metal because they're going to go through pain, and I don't want to make their time any more stressful tattooing them. And So anyway, this tattoo I did is on my friend, who I just found out today after I got off stage and did a good performance, that he offed himself. He committed suicide. Are we allowed to say that in our politically correct world anymore? Say it like it is, what it is. He offed himself, like I did. I don't know how, but I survived miraculously. But I don't know how he did it. The person who told me about it, I didn't ask him how he did it, but he offered. He didn't know anyway. And it took me back, because of what I tattooed on him, And I don't know if he had much work before me. He was going to get tattooed again. He did get back to me once in a while. I was like, now I'm wondering if I should have embraced him more as a friend, like, hung out with him. But I always felt like, I got to be 30 years older than this. I could be his father. What does he want to hang out with me for, But now you get that sort of thing. Could I have done something more to save this person? Could I have been there for him more? Probably, Was he seeking a friend in me? I don't know. But the age difference threw me off. Yeah, I would have been a close friend to him if age didn't bother him. But with ageism as it is these days, an older person like me assumes, teens or people in their early 20s like he was wouldn't want to have much to do with me. But once you see what it is I drew on him, oh great, I just pulled it up, now I lost it. This is what troubles me. Because, of course, it's dark imagery, and I gave him a good deal on it. But, a lot of times it's not this image. But, yeah, a lot of times I do reapers on people. I enjoy reapers. I got like one arm. I got 6 reapers on one arm. I got reapers elsewhere. It's not all I got, but here's another freehand, both freehand. I did a reaper. And so what I'm about to show you, this is what this guy got recently before he offed himself. And it's weighing a little heavy on me. And I'm just going to do a lot of praying for him. But here's what I did on our now deceased friend. A reaper. On his probably right or left upper shoulder. So you see that? With my depression, I always got the reaper like, hey, I'm your fan. Take me, And I just this here reaper. You can see. Let me show you. I did that on myself 32 years ago maybe, during my apprenticeship. And I just redid it recently because it was so old, So I still do reapers on myself instead of cover it up or something. But I don't know. I still suffer depressive, suicidal depression, So, but I didn't know he was suffering it that way. I wish that you feel more personal about it when you struggle with it and you feel you know somebody and you feel you could have helped them more. So I don't know what the message is here, but just stay, you got someone in your life struggling with suicidal tendencies. Draw closer, draw nearer to that person. I didn't know he was necessarily suicidal, but now I do. and the hard way. So, just compassion, people. These are dark times we're in. If you ask me, it's the end times. Does that mean tomorrow we're all going to die? No, but maybe within our lifetime, something's going to shift in this world that's going to wake us all up to Christ. Look into it. Muslims, by the thousands, are all turning to Christ through visions in their dreams. God's trying to save everybody on this final hour. Is this final hour going to last weeks, months, years, seconds? It's not for us to know. It's just, if you ask me, it's the early season of the end times, the birth pains, period. That's all, folks. Much love. God bless you all.